Hey guys, this is a website traffic hack that you can use to promote your website and get free traffic and publicity fast. And if you stay until the end, I'll show you how to get the mother of all traffic methods for free. Okay, so today's strategy has been consistently proven to work, and I've been using this repeatedly since the early 2000s, and right now it's working better than ever before. So in addition to the strategy, on top of that, I'm also going to give you a powerful free traffic source that you can tap into. It has over 700,000 visitors a month, and I'll show you how to siphon some of those visitors back to your website. Now, the point of this tutorial is to give you a strategy that you can apply to hundreds of traffic sources. Okay, so let me show you what I mean, because today we're going to get traffic from a news website, and this is a technique called newsjacking. And some of my clients have had massive success with this. They've used it to get featured on some of the biggest platforms in the world. I'm talking about websites like the BBC, USA Today, CNN, New York Times. But today, you and I, we're not looking to go viral here. All we really want to do is get a small amount of exposure from a highly targeted audience. Okay, so it works like this. What we're going to do is look for emerging news stories that we can piggyback on. And when we do that, we will get more traffic and publicity. And to do it, all we have to do is inject our thoughts and our opinions onto trending stories that are relevant to your niche. The key word here is relevancy. And in addition to the free traffic that you'll get, there's also a long-term SEO benefit to this, as well as more authoritative websites start to link to you. And then there's another benefit to this as well. I mean, later on, we can also leverage all that publicity for even more traffic. But for now, we just need to find trending stories that are relevant to your niche. And thankfully, Google Trends makes that really easy. So let's go to the computer and I'll walk you through how to uncover those type of stories right now. Okay, so this is Google Trends. I'm sure you're already familiar with it, but in case you're not, it's very easy to use. We have a search bar here. So we type in a relevant search phrase or keyword that is relevant to your niche. So let's choose something like health. And at the moment, we just want to get a short tail, very broad keyword, because we're going to drill down further. So we start with your core niche. Let's have a look at what's happening. So there you can see interest over time is pretty consistent. But what we want to do here is change where we get the traffic, the traffic data from. So if you're really just wanting to attract US traffic, leave it as default. Maybe you want to attract UK traffic, go down to UK, or if you want worldwide traffic, go with that. Now we have to change the length of time. So the default is 12 months, but we want to change that really to the past 7 days. We can go with past 7 days, past 30 days. Let's go with 7 days. Okay, and now for the topic of health, if we go down to these sections down here, related topics and related queries. Now, on each one we have this drop down menu. So on this one it's top. We can change it to rising. And again here on related queries, we have rising, and we can change it to top if we want to. I'm going to leave that to rising because here we're going to see what type of content or queries are gaining interest. Now, if you are in a sub niche of health, let's say you're in health insurance, this might be a good starting point for you. But if you just want to get general rising topics, within the health niche, then this could be a starting point. So a lot of interest about Kanye West at the moment. So we can click on that and see how interest is rising. And there we have, over the last 7 days, interest is increasing. We can change this. So we can, let's say, the last day. And over the last day, it seems to be waning slightly. So it looks like if we were to zoom out on this, so last 7 days, so it looked like, well, a couple of days ago it really peaked, and then since then it's fallen off. So it might rise again, but we really can't call it. I would say that interest is now subsiding in this key phrase. However, because it's already amassed a lot of media interest, any update to the story is going to spike off another wave of interest. So we can't really call it. And while we're focusing on these sections here, the related topics and related queries, notice this. On each of these we have the term breakout. So what that means is interest in these topics, all of these have increased by more than 5,000%. Okay, let me give you another example. So if we go back to the top and let's go with keto. So staying with the health theme, that's quite interesting. So we have these ups and downs across the 7 days for keto. So if we go down, let's go with keto formation. So that's increasing 250%. If we click on that, again we're on 7 days. If we go down, actually let's go back up to the top because this does look interesting. So here we can see at the beginning of the week there was some interest, but it has slowly increased over time. And what we want to be able to do, maybe we've passed the peak, but around this time, so really as things start to increase here, that's when we want to take action. So we want to catch that wave. Now with this one, there's been a few waves, so we've got 1, 2, 3 big waves, so there might be another one on the way. So this could be a good key phrase to focus on when we deploy this strategy. So you really want to spend a bit of time on this, much longer than I'm spending on showing you what to look out for, because really you want to get the research part of this done right. Okay, so once you have some ideas together, it's also a good idea to watch for trending hashtags on Twitter. Okay, so next up, we need to choose where we're going to promote your story. Now, there are literally hundreds and hundreds of news websites to choose from, but I want to show you one that's relatively easy to get published on. In fact, they have over 400 million articles published already across dozens of niches. But I do encourage you to find more websites that are relevant to your niche. Okay, so here's a quick look at the traffic levels of this website, WN.com, World News it stands for, and it is a pretty high traffic website, and it's fairly easy to get published on there, as you'll see in a minute. So you can see that it's consistently getting over 700,000 visits a month. Some months it's getting over 1 million. Okay, most of the traffic from the United States, so 28% from the United States, 8% from the UK, 5% from India, 4% from Turkey, and 4% from Germany. If we go down to where it's getting its traffic from, a lot from search engines, which is really good for you. So when you publish content on this platform, you're going to get additional backlinks and link juice from this website and any other website that syndicates content from it. If we go on to, where is it? That search traffic, 99% is organic. Again, that's really good for you. Okay, social media, not much happening. On social media, 1%, almost 1.5% of that. Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, and Pinterest all sending traffic. And no surprise to see Facebook there at 39%, as it is a news website. Okay, so let's go check it out. So wn.com. You may already be familiar with this website, and as you can see, there's lots of topics across the main nav bar. So if yours isn't represented here, you can click more. It's going to bring down more topics for you. So let's go back to the front page, because I just really quickly want to show you how to use this and get published on here. Now, all articles do go for review, so bear that in mind. And the review process is usually pretty quick in my experience. Okay, right down at the bottom in the footer, you have a few links here. This one, submit article. If you click on that, you will be able to submit new articles to this platform. Now, you do need an account, so if it asks you to sign up, you can go ahead, do that. It is free. Now, the great thing about this is it gives you two options. So you can create a new article, so you can create one from scratch, or you can create an article from URL. So you can paste in a link to some existing content that you have on your website, hit go, and then that will pull in a lot of the information from your article, and then you can publish it that way. Now, because that is pretty much self-explanatory, what I'm going to do is show you how to create a new article, plus I'm going to give you a very loose structure that you might want to use when writing your articles for this or any other news website. So if we click start here, make sure that you're only publishing content that you have the copyright for. So you want to check that. Then you can choose what type of content to publish. Now, I'll be honest, I've never gone beyond this point. I've only ever gone with text. And let me give you a loose structure to use. So the headline. Here, you want to avoid using clickbaity or spammy headlines. You want to trigger curiosity, but without using hype. So be factual, trigger curiosity. And if you want an example of what works, just have a look on the website itself. So just take a look on the front page. You know, you can use these almost as templates in a way. So look at what's working and then model your own headline on these. Now, let me show you something else really interesting before we go ahead and create our article. Because if we go to search, we type in something like marketing or health, whatever it might be, here you're going to see that it's pulling in content from other people's websites. And they're not very big websites either. So you can see that it's relatively easy to get published on this platform. I mean, if we click on this, what it's going to do is take us to an article on this site, but then it's going to link out to another website. So here, really, it's just a paragraph of text that it's displaying. Okay, so let's write the article. So let's say you're putting in a strong headline here. For the body, there's a few things that I want you to be aware of, and I want you to add these to your article. Of course, you can just paste in, a paragraph and see how you go, but I think for better results, you want to add more content. So first of all, who? We'll come back to this in a second. Then what? Where? When? Why? And how? So this is the loose structure that we're going to use. So let's start with who. So you want to consider who the story is about, who are the main players or businesses or policies, and then what. So what happened, you explain why it's important. This could be a strategy, it could be an idea, a philosophy, it could be values, And then we move into the where. So where is this taking place? Where is the news coming from? Then we move into when. So when is it happening? When has it happened? What's likely to happen? And then we move into why. So this is why does it happen? What are some of the causes? What are the effects of this? What's really important? What's the long-term impact of this? Why should people care about it? And then the how. So how does it work? How does this function? What does it do? And how did it come to be like this? And how are people impacted by this? And if you can answer each of these 6 questions, you will have a stronger article, and your chances of being published on this platform and others are greatly improved. And now, as good as this is, this strategy really is only the beginning, because if you are serious about growing a popular and profitable website, you're going to need more traffic. So for that reason, I'm going to give you the traffic methods that I never share on YouTube or anywhere else. You can get them all completely for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. Grab them, it won't cost you a penny. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, hit that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me. And I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.